Hello and welcome to the Tinkercats video gallery. I'm just going to continue now using the second background that I've done from an earlier video, using the Distressed Damask background by Stamplerations. And I thought it might be quite nice to team them up with the Distressed Floral Swirls. So I've inked this up in the lilac-y ink from my colour box ones. And I'm just going to stamp this here. So I just want a very pale look for this. That's why I went for the lilac, because I'm going to use another colour to sort of stamp over it to just sort of like add depth really. So I'm just going to try and turn that a little so I'm getting sort of like a corner only. So I'll do another one and just stamp that about here. Okay. So I wonder if I just should add one at the top. So I'm making this up as I go along, just to sort of try and balance, bring a little bit of balance in there. So that's one of the floral swirls, and the next one I'll be stamping in a darker colour to bring that more into the foreground. So that's my lilac-y colour box, and I'm just going to pick the swirl that I want to work with for this. And because I've used the colour box inks for the background, that's what I'm stamping again with the pigment inks, because I don't want to use dye inks because I don't think they'll be covering over that. Please correct me if I'm wrong. So I'm just going to use like a corner one, sort of to come up in here and like that. So that's that. And I'm going to use the darker red for that. Shall I? Or shall I do some turquoise? Interesting. Because I wanted a turquoise for the foreground. No, I think I'll do the sort of a reddy, which is called Old Rose. And the turquoise should hopefully cover over that when I come to stamp the turquoise. That's the sort of my idea. So if I just stamp that like this, and then just another one in here like that, which I'm going to use the same without re-inking. So it just gives a little bit of depth. I'm just going to do the teeny bit at the top here, just for a little corner coming in here. So that's that, and then the next one is going to be stamped with the turquoise, and hopefully things are going to go to plan. Let's take this off. Pop that back in, and all I want is a small swirl. So which one am I going to use? I think it's this here, it will have to be. and get some turquoise on that, and then hopefully it's going to come together. It's either going to come together or it's going to go horribly wrong. It's only ever going to be one of those this time round, once you reach that sort of point. So I'm going to put that here. And just add another little couple of bits to it. Something here. And here. And I'm just going to add a teeny bit at the top there. That needs to go about that way around. That way. That's it. So, and I'm going to clean this off, and then I'll be doing my sentiment in black. Because I want to pop this away straight away. And then I get these all out of the way. Let's tidy that up. There we go. And then I got my sentiment here, which is another one from that might be out soon and available. Let's just see. And I'm going for my black Versacolor ink again. But before I'll ink up, I'm just going to see, yeah, it needs to go in here. If I pop it higher, it won't work. So that's where it needs to go. That looks about right. There we go. So all we need to do is find something to mat it on. I got some blue card, but I'm not quite sure whether it will be strong enough. I might have to dig my turquoise out, in which case, if I have to do that, I'll have to go offline and you have to see it when it's posted ready. Because I don't want to keep you hanging on for too long. Just waiting whilst I finally dig out my supplies, because the turquoise card is somewhere at the back of the cupboard. I rather like this pastely card with it, so I'm just going to cut this down, because the turquoise I had would have been much stronger in colour, and I think that might have become then too dominant. So this fits really well, I think. So if I cut that one, just bear with me. And two. And that goes on here. Right, so all I need to do is layer it up, get myself some tape out. And then stick it all down. So had initially is sort of like sort of maybe adding some die cut punched flower or something like that, but just seeing it on the blue card, it would probably be too much. I think I try and rather add a couple of beads and see what that would do. So I'll stick it all down first, because that gives me a better idea. And then we can have a look. So, sorry, I do tend to take my time over this. Try and keep as still as I possibly can. Because the pigment isn't quite dry yet, so I don't want to smudge it too much. I know it would just add to the distressed look. Yeah, I can hear you say, but no, I'd rather be a bit careful here. So next, I've already pre-cut my base card. I'm not going to do a 10-fold one, I just do a sort of a normal side folding one for this one. But it doesn't really matter. 10-fold I usually do because they photograph a little bit better, but I just had that piece of matching size card lying around and I thought, no, let's do this. There we go. Let's get that. And then just do this here. Right. That's it. Okay. Okay. And I think all that is needed are like a couple of gems. I'm not quite sure whether it's these little ones will do. So I'm going to opt for the blue to bring it in a little bit more, but it's going to be the lighter blue this time. So let's just see what it will do. Oh yeah, just a little bit of lightness and bling. Yep. Something to go in the corner there. Let me just have a look if that would look right, having something in there. Yep, so I'm going to continue just with the blue for a while, just add a couple of more. That's a bit too much like in a row. No, that makes 4 near the sentiment, which doesn't look right. I suppose that is about. Would one up here look okay? Or would that mean that I'm going to spread out too much? Well, this is sort of like my thought process. That's why I sort of like tend to then try and move things around too much. Nope. Let's see, now it's just one at the top here somewhere. So would that be? No, I think that's too much. If I move it down, would that still work? I have to pop that a little bit higher. Nope. Let's just say if it's something else is needed and I'm not quite sure where and what. Is it another colour? No, I don't really have any that would go with it. I don't think clear gems would be the thing. I could go for overkill here if I'm not careful. I'd sort of rather like that up there. Where's that? I think that's better, so that one needs to come off and I just leave these as they are. Okay, so they need sticking down now, and then the card is ready. So that's all. And then you got another quick and easy card from the second stamping, or generational stamping, or in some ways because I lifted it off the stamp itself, it's almost like a bit more like printing. It's a second quick card. Just a teeny bit of glue. Right, let's do that. This back on and get the gems on, and then that's ready. And it's actually for someone who hardly ever doesn't use blue that likely. I know I've made a few cards with blue, but it's something it's a colour I need to get comfortable with. This sort of turquoisey one, actually it looks really nice and fresh. I sort of like the airy feel of it, despite it being sort of like having a distressed look to it, and a bit, yeah, a distressed grungy look to it. It actually still looks quite airy and fresh, and I do quite like that. Right, so that's your finished card, and I hope you enjoyed watching, and I shall see you soon. Okay, if you're not tuning in, then have a good Christmas and all the best for the new year. Thanks for watching. Bye.